Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Friday, October 26th, 2012. The results of the room this morning, I spent most of the morning sort of going over the concepts of what we covered last night in the partners meeting, so I didn't do much trading at all. I had taken one trade. For taking one trade, I took one trade on gold, and I lost 10 ticks. I took one trade on the Russell, and I got a break even. I'm sorry, I didn't lose 10 ticks. I lost 8 ticks. I was looking at something over there. I lost 8 ticks on the gold, and I lost nothing on the Russell. We actually were positive, probably 7 or 8 ticks on the Russell, and I moved my stop up to break even, and it came back and it got me. All right. Let's see. Let me move these things around a little bit so we can see everything. Now, on the ES, let's just cover the ES. We had said at the end of the live trading room this morning, when price was actually right up in here, I had said this looks like a retest of the neckline because we had a head and shoulder pattern. We were anticipating a break of, which happened right here, and then we said it was going to go to the zone, which happened right here, and then we said we're going to get a retest, which happened right here. I was thinking that it wasn't going to keep going up right here. I was thinking that it was going to come down and probably go to the zone again. And if it got through the zone with any momentum, that 1395 would be a level we would see. Okay, you can see right in here it's pulled back up to the BBC and the weekly trading zone. This it's a tough call right here, whether it's going to go down or up. Looking back, you can see we have a trend line right here that's going up. We have a higher low right there. So it could actually move up here, and this could be a change of trend. All right. We didn't take any trades this morning. There was one trade I think that we could have taken, which was right here, but I missed it. That was the one that we could have taken that we missed. There was one over here that we talked about. This one right here we didn't take because we had a higher low right there, and we had a higher low over here as well. So we didn't take either of these bounces. All right. That was the ES this morning. It started off really bullish right in here, but we had some trend lines. Okay. We had some trend lines in here, and when I say that, what I mean is once we got up above this one here that I had drawn. And this all goes back to what we talked about in the partners meeting last night. Once we got up above this one, it should have opened the door to higher prices. It did. Unfortunately, we couldn't take this trade because we were waiting for a higher swing. Once we got the higher swing, we got a lower high. This lower high right here suggested that this could be a top for the day, and it was. And that's that. If we jump over here and look at the YM, we had identical stuff happening over there on the YM today. Okay. Roughly the same time, same type of trend lines, same top, same type of retracement, same stuff over here with the neckline. It was all pretty much the same thing. The only difference is you could actually be short the YM right now. Okay, we don't have a zone right below us on the YM, but the zone below us on the ES would be a reason not to for me. That is those two markets. The NQ, we didn't trade anything this morning. We looked at it. Drew some trend lines on it. Now, in case you guys haven't figured it out yet, the meeting last night had a lot to do with establishing and drawing trend lines, okay, and the significance of them. Trend lines give you a lot of clues as to what's likely to happen next, and trend lines are based on immediate price action. You can draw trend lines as bars are being created to help yourself get an idea of what's going to happen next, or where to go next. Okay. These were all some things that we covered in the live trading room this morning. Okay. When you have a trend line like this, it comes back, it's pulling up to the BBC. You're anticipating it's going to bounce off the BBC. If it doesn't and it goes through it up toward the yellow line, say it doesn't make it to the yellow line, it closes down below a trend line like this. You're anticipating after that close that it's going to make it to the swing low. Okay? In this particular case, it went through it. That's what you're looking at, that kind of stuff. We covered a lot of that today. All right, now onto the couple of trades that I took. I took one here in gold. Where was it? Over here. It pulled back up here. Pulled back up here to the yellow brick road, and I shorted it, and it went right through it. Okay, and it stopped me out. Came back down over here, gave an opportunity on the long side, right in here. Okay, we had more opportunities there in the live trading room. There were more opportunities to trade than I took, obviously. There was a long opportunity there, a long opportunity over here. Let's see, a shorting opportunity right in here. Now what you're looking for is the bearish divergence down here for price to cross below the BBC. There was actually another shorting opportunity right up here. Price to cross below the BBC, bearish divergence between the green line and the cycle down here, and then a pullback test of the BBC with a close in the direction of the cross. All right. In this case, you would have been looking to enter right there for the move down. Touch it, enter right here for the move down. That's what you're looking at. Okay. It's the same stuff all day long. All day long, it's the same things. Okay, up here you could have sold it off of there. You could have sold it off of there. Not coming off a higher high, so you would expect this to fail. We should have some momentum on the downside from here. Okay, these are all techniques and strategies that you'll learn in the live trading room. If you haven't taken a free trial with us, I don't know if I covered this, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, take the free trial. In the free trial, you get everything you see in here. You get all the indicators and everything. If you have any questions about it, you can email us at support@cfrn.net, and we will get right back to you. All right, I'll show you a couple more charts. Well, here, let me grab the soybeans. The soybeans started moving later on, but before they opened, I had drawn this in here based on information that we went over last night. This is a lower high right here. So we had this trend line going down. So we weren't anticipating that this would hold because we didn't put in a higher high after this or this. We weren't anticipating that this was going to hold. It was going to drop through there. And when it did drop through, I had said a close down below this little rectangular area right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But I had drawn this little rectangular area down here. I said a close below that should send us down. And on the open, we got the close below that. It did go down. Then it pulled back up and tested the BBC with some bearish divergence for another opportunity to short it. And then it really dropped right in here. Okay. Just a few minutes ago, right in here, it had just about the opposite scenario. These lines that you see here, these horizontal blue lines, were from the partners meeting last night. But right in here, it was about the opposite scenario. Price was moving back up right in here, up toward the yellow line. You wouldn't anticipate the yellow line is going to hold because we weren't coming off a lower low. All right, it tried to move back down here. It went right through it, came back down, tested the BBC with some bullish divergence right in here. And the up close is where you could get long. And so you should anticipate that it's going to move up to here. All right, that's what you should be thinking. Let's see. The crude oil had some nice moves. The Russell, I took a trade on the Russell as well, right in here, where we tested the BBC and closed down below this trend line all at once. You can see I think I got in at 808.7. And it dropped down to 807.8. So I had 9 ticks profit in the trade at one point. I had moved my stop up to break even. I was looking for it to get down here to this swing low. Okay, but once it came down here and it put in this trend line, well then the trade didn't look as good on the downside anymore. And then I was thinking the upside might be the way to go. So I didn't take any more trades, but the upside did turn out to be the way to go. Right here, you would have anticipated that this was going to hold. We put in a higher swing, so you would have anticipated this one would hold. We didn't put in a higher swing, so you would have anticipated that this was going to fail. And when you're anticipating a failure, then you can trade it. All right, so the level to trade would be the close of that bar right there, and you can see that worked out just fine. All right, that was the Russell. I showed you the gold, crude oil. Here, I'll do this one too. I'll show you the crude just for a minute here. Does anybody have any questions about any of this? Is there a bot arbitrage between the ES and the YM that keeps them leashed together? No, there's not. Frank, not that I know of anyway. Oftentimes, you'll find that they're diverging from each other. They won't be together. The ES and the YM, that is, they'll be going in opposite directions. One will be above 0, one will be below 0. Usually by the end of the day, almost always by the end of the day, they're on the same side. Alright, now the crude oil. Drawing these trend lines in here, again on the crude oil, which is what I was showing this morning. We had opportunities in here. It comes down, tests the BBC with bullish divergence. I drew the trend line in. A close above that trend line should open a door to higher prices there. And again here, this wasn't actually a trade because the cycle was going down too far. But there you have it right there. Okay. Then I drew this trend line down in here. All right. And when we broke that trend line, it was showing a retracement. And this was something I went over today too. The break of this trend line, given that we've fallen down below everything, the break of this trend line is just going to show a retracement up to some area of resistance, the BBC or the yellow brick road. Then we're going to have a trend line we can draw on the bottom of that retracement to let us know when the retracement is likely done, and the move down is going to continue. And that's what this line right here is. Okay, so we got the down close in here. That was a shortable place, and you could have taken it down right there. Here's another pullback. Here's the down close. Okay, another pullback right in here. I didn't draw the trend line on it, but you didn't put in a lower swing over here, so that suggests that the market is changing directions. Okay, then you get a move up. This is your retracement line. This is the close above it. You're actually entering at the BBC, well, at the close above the BBC, but the trend line, once you get above it, that's saying, okay, the trend is likely to continue, at least to the prior swing pivot, if not higher. That's what the trend lines are all about. All right. We covered that in great detail and great depth last night. At least I think we did. We put an hour on it anyway. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna stop the recording in there somewhere. I want to remind everyone, if you are on the free trial, you should have something in your inbox with information about what it takes to become a partner. If you want to become a partner, you can do it now. If your free trial is about to expire and you want to have everything set up for the weekend so you can watch stuff over the weekend, you need to take care of it quickly because Daniel's Trading needs to send out a request to OEC, and OEC has to do some work. Okay. Otherwise, you'll lose your indicators and all that sort of stuff. All right. That's it, guys. Support at CFRN.net/apply. And if you have any questions about anything, you can email us. I'm sorry. To take the free trial, you can email us at support@CFRN.net. And to take the free trial, go to CFRN.net/apply. All right.